Hello everybody, welcome to the first episode of King's Quest 6. If you have been watching these, you know that I just got done with 5 and I'm just moving on to 6 because I haven't got any feedback from anybody, and if they want to say, I don't even know if anyone's watching these, but I'm having fun playing them and I'm putting them up there just in case. So here we go.
Alexander, here you are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cosima, are you?
I suppose I am.
Son, it's been months. You've got to pull yourself together. After all, you only met her that once.
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No. No one's even heard of it. It's like she's just vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think about something else, dear.
I'll try, Mother.
So this is Alexander Graham's son from the last one. Cosima was the scullery maid from Mordek's castle. And I'm not sure why this video is so shitty. Maybe it's just old game running on new system. That's how it is.
Alexander, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. Alexander, I wish you were here.
Cosima! Wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
Alexander, what on earth? You're white as a ghost.
Mother, I saw Cosima. She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
Yes! And it showed me how to find her.
How?
The stars! I saw the stars outside her window. I can navigate by the stars.
Oh, Alexander, if you really go...
It will be all right, Mother. I promise.
That didn't need to be that long. Sorry. I'm gonna leave it in there because that's how the opening is, but it's kind of dragging on.
Land ho! Land ho! Land ho!
Yeah, finally.
Alexander awakens to find himself on an unfamiliar beach. For a moment, he is too dazed to remember how he got here. Then, he does remember. The shipwreck. The sea. Just as he had seen his men safely into the lifeboats, a gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard into the churning sea. That was the last he'd seen of his crew. Debris from the shipwreck is scattered along the shore, but of the lifeboats and his men, there is thankfully no trace. He can only hope and pray that the lifeboats survived the currents, and that his men made their way safely back to Devontree.
All right. So,
Alexander has no taste for salt water. Alexander has no use for the ship. Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach.
this is also going to be very hard to see what is what, because did you even see that? It was just like 2 pixels of different shade.
The sand is warm to the touch.
Let's do this, speed this up. I'm not sure how loud this one's going to be compared to the last one. It doesn't seem very loud. So I'm just going to turn it down a little bit, see what happens.
Alexander pushes the plank to one side. A box has been partially buried under sand. Alexander takes the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is.
Alright, I don't see anything else here.
Alexander has no need to carry a...
Yeah, so let's just go. Well, this looks like the castle.
Alexander examines the tree's hollow, but finds nothing of interest.
Let's just walk over there first and see. Because that's why we're here. I don't know. Is that an outhouse?
No strangers may enter the castle of the crown.
Alexander politely addresses the odd-looking guards at the castle doors, hoping to learn more about his predicament.
Good day to you, guards. I was cast upon this island in a storm, and I'm a little confused about my location. Could you tell me what place this is and who lives in this castle?
Hey, what is that you say? A castaway? A likely story. We haven't had any foreigners in this part since Alhazred arrived.
Don't be so rude, Gruff. He's not asking for any secrets. You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad, and this is the Castle of the Crown. The royal family resides here. Rather, what's left of the royal family.
The Isle of the Crown. But tell me, am I anywhere near the land of the Green Isles?
This is the land of the Green Isles. The Isle of the Crown is the main island, foolish boy.
Then Princess Cassima must live in this very castle.
Aye, the princess is indeed our treasured jewel to guard, and we consider it an honor.
It won't do any good to try to convince the door itself to allow Alexander to pass. It only does as it's told.
Excuse me, guardsmen, guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cassima. I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
Okay, obviously they're not going to let us in just that easy. Let's check out what's over here, though. Oh, really?
The vines are too flimsy to support Alexander. The narrow path ends abruptly at a pile of boulders.
I bet that abrupt end is a secret. Anyway, let's go back to town. I didn't think we'd be able to get into castle that easy. I just wanted to check it out.
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, well, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
Hello? Is anyone here?
No one answers Alexander's shouted greeting. Perhaps he should find someone specific to talk to.
I must have missed him. All right.
Alexander examines the large pot. It's currently empty, but a few scraps in the bottom indicate that it is used as a dump site on occasion. Alexander is not in the market for pottery just now in his life. The battered chest does not interest Alexander. It's probably... Alexander is not in the market... Oh!
Oops.
Good day.
Good day, merchant. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I can tell you she is in a dark time. Without the ferry, communication between the islands has ground to a halt, and so nearly has my business. Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why the crown has not done something about it, is beyond me. But then, I am a shopkeeper, not a politician, and can only hope for better days.
How bide you, good merchant?
Quite well, though a purchase would not hurt me any.
Alexander takes a closer look at the items on the counter.
I'm interested in that mechanical nightingale on the counter.
What do you desire to give me in trade? The items on the front counter are all of equally slight value, worth only a copper or two. They are handy items nonetheless.
Alexander is carrying a copper coin of Daventry. King Graham graces the front of the coin. Alexander's ring is made of the purest gold and has the insignia of the royal family of Daventry on its face.
Okay, I'm not going to buy anything from this guy until I know what I need to buy, because it looks like I have one copper coin, and I better pick the right one.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really? Thanks.
Okay,
The table is empty.
about this book.
Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was refreshing.
What is this book that the guy just wants to get rid of?
Alexander is carrying a book from the bargain table in the bookshop.
Okay.
Good day, sir.
The mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
Okay. Makes me want to save it.
And burn a perfectly good hand?
Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you, and what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown, because the royal family's castle is here. Besides the castle, we also have this village, and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands: the Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen it. Then, too, the land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those first 3 islands you mentioned, how might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days. And if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
Okay.
How fare you, merchant?
Sufficiently well, thank you, Alexander. My only wish is for more time to read.
Alexander is not interested in those self-help books. Thinking of Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, "Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast." Not bad. And another. "Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there." Yikes. And another. "What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight, I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me, and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name, that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply, its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you."
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf. Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant.
Right now, Alexander is too involved with the journey he's on to take time to read about the journeys of others. Alexander isn't interested in the cookbooks on that shelf. He's had an aversion to cooking ever since he experimented with a certain cookie recipe involving cat hair and fish oil.
Ew.
Alexander is a little old for those children's books. Alexander has no ambition to set himself up as a merchant.
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what, if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spell book for it.
Alright, that's probably all I can do in here.
Alexander is greeted with silence. The girl is too far away to hold a conversation with Alexander. Alexander doesn't want to intrude on private property unless he's been invited. There is no reply. The girl is too...
You lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning! And get your veil back on! No one wants to look at your face!
Yes, stepmother.
Is that Cinderella?
There is no reply. Alexander is greeted with silence.
Alright.
Alexander has not been invited to pick...
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
I don't know about that, strange guy. I'm going to have to save it before I do that. But just to see, let's do it.
Considering the poor condition of the shore, it looks like the easiest way to get into the water is just to jump off the pier. The powerful currents grab Alexander. Struggle as he might, he feels himself being pulled out to sea.
Yeah, I thought I'd die.
Not a very good swimmer, are you?
Help me!
Sorry, I think not.
As his head submerges for the third time, Alexander finds himself pondering the wisdom of going out on a limb for a stranger.
Tickets only. Next.
Alexander couldn't handle those currents. That boy must be an unbelievably strong swimmer.
Alright, so I think I'm going to cut this episode right here. I just wanted to get the game
Come on,
started.
jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
Get the intro done, and just take a quick look at where we start out here.
What are you waiting for?
Shut
I
up.
said I'd show you how to get to the next island, didn't I?
Hold on, I'm going to see if he has anything to say.
The ocean currents. The ocean...
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island.
That's strange.
Whoa.
The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
Sure. Okay, anyway. I just wanted to get the intro done, take a quick look around. So I'm going to cut this one here, and hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, leave me some comments. I haven't had any comments from these yet. Let me know what everyone's thinking. Do you like these? Do you want to see more? Any advice on anything? I'm just kind of doing this by myself for fun. So anything would be helpful. So thanks again for watching. Keep an eye out for the next one. Thanks. Later.